Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we are finally back with another Alliance War video, and this would be War 7 or War 10. Depends how you count it, I guess. I think I'm going to just title it War 7. But either way, this time we are up against OMNI, and I am doing Path 7 in Section 1 and Path 7 in Section 2 as well. And so for the first fights, basically I just had to deal with a bunch of robots. I didn't want to mess about with too much, and I used the Power Start 1 boost, which was probably a complete waste, especially because I was mainly intending this boost for the next fight. But anyway, so here with Power Start 1, just go for double mediums basically, and immediately armor shatter him. As soon as the Darkhawk is armor shattered, I don't have much at all to worry about. I'm just gonna play it kind of like safely in the corner there, just smack him as frequently as I can. I do make a small mistake there, unfortunately. I don't know, I wasn't clearly focused, but got smacked a bit myself. Luckily auto block worked, and all in all, obviously super simple fight. Medusa against robots, and not much else to say there. It basically gets as easy as that. And now this fight was the main reason why I used the Power Start 1 boost, so I immediately kind of like jump in it. But here you can see that I do not get my power bar at all, and it's probably because of the Matador node, I guess. But hey, not entirely sure how that interaction worked, but the base idea is I'm not going to be gaining enough power to armor shatter because obviously I'm going to have all of these infections on me, and I can only gain power when Warlock drops his special attacks, and that will drain my power. And as soon as I realized it, I just kind of like went and started smacking Warlock in the face. At least infection duration is somewhat reduced because obviously I have the buffs active on me pretty much at all times, namely those Fury buffs. And I am taking damage, obviously, because I have willpower active and all that stuff. But I'm clearly managing to outpace and outdamage Warlock here. So all in all, I'm not too worried. Just need to wait out his level 2s. And it's annoying, but it's a simple fight. So nothing too kind of like extreme or crazy there. Just another parry, couple hits, and Warlock goes down. Not overly hard fight either, even though I did not manage to get that armor shatter active. So here's a bit of loading issues as always with Model Concert Champions. Then I'm gonna move on, spend the rest of my energy, and that will be it for like the initial part of Alliance War. And the next fights already are going to be in day 2. I'm not dealing with that man thing. I'm not dealing with that Korg. Now here I was thinking to heal up Medusa, but then I decided to against it because I didn't think that I'm gonna be using Medusa again. I think something like that. But yeah, anyway, so now again, obviously I have to reapply my boosts, and Path 7 first fight is quite tricky when it comes to power management because opponents have powerful from afar and spite nodes active. So basically, if I have a buff, they gain passive power gain. If they are out of range and dash away from me, they gain an active power gain buff. And I'm going to be dealing with Annihilus, and this is going to be one of the worst Annihilus fights you guys will ever have the displeasure of seeing. I'm not going to die in this fight, but I'm definitely not going to be doing well or playing well because, I was trying something out and it didn't work quite obviously because I was trying to kind of like dash back in at him even when he was unstoppable and trying to charge the heavy attack to possibly stun him. But yeah, that didn't quite work out there. So anyways, I ate quite a lot of bombs in my face here, and that's not it. I'm gonna mess up even further. But first things first, I'm gonna drop that level 3. We have the aura of Hadrath active. We have that Fury, and here I don't know why, and I later on realized why, because he's immune to power control against metal champions, and I had completely forgotten about it. I was like, why am I not stealing any power? And if he had his rod active, he cannot be power controlled by #metal champions, and that was the trick there. So I ended up eating a, casual level 3, as you do. Perfectly normal, nothing to worry about here. Well, obviously, luckily for me, Doom is like an absolute beast, and I'm still in this. I'm still in it to win it. And at this point, obviously, the fight's nearly over. I'm just gonna block this one. I thought my aura hazard is still active because I mistook the icons, and that turned out to be the icon from Stubborn Global. But anyways, just shot that level 2 in the block and then dropped the level 1. So this was a very, very kind of like bad fight. But I was doing this fight in the middle of a very, very hectic work day. So I was like kind of like rushing through very quickly. Once I found like 10 minutes of free time, I had to quickly clear my alliance quest and clear my alliance war. So again, not to kind of like draw too many excuses for myself, I really wasn't overly focused in these fights because I was pretty much still rushing about and walking about my work with my phone in my hand. And in addition to that, also we had quite a substantial lead already by that point in the war, so I wasn't again too worried. Even if I were to die or mess up, I knew it wouldn't come with kind of like a significant cost. It wouldn't affect the outcome of the war, or it would not also affect our standing in the rankings really. So I just kind of made a decision to jump on the first opportunity I had as quickly as I could to clear my fights and kind of like just be able to refocus myself on war later on. But anyway, so here Nick Fury against Kinetic Reactor, Aspect of Evolution, Night Monkey. Nothing too tricky there either, especially once I get above 5 of those Nick Fury tactical charges. I can shut down a Wade and just completely shred him down. And now I'm going to give a couple of potions to my Dr. Doom, because that is exactly who I am going to use now against this Ebony Maw. And I will also activate this combat regeneration boost, but the only real reason for that combat regeneration boost is the fact that I had one expiring due to kind of like this extended downtime of basically an entire week where we didn't have any alliance wars happening. So yeah, anyways, otherwise I wouldn't have used it. But in this case, we can see that I quickly throw some staggers on Ebony Maw, and I very quickly get to my level 3, so that's pretty much perfect. Obviously, I do need to keep an eye on whether he's focused or not, and I do want to keep dropping him down with my heavy attack to get those staggers up and to break his focus, and then not kind of like suffer from falter, I guess you could say. But obviously he's going down extremely quickly with all of the increased amount of power gain that I'm getting. At this point I'm dropping another level 2, which pretty much at this point like finishes up the fight. Not too much to worry about, like a couple of hits, and yeah, Ebony Maw is down. Ebony Maw would be so much more scary as a defender if he wouldn't be so fragile, but he's literally like a matchstick man, and his health pool also I think is just so tiny. And the final fight is going to be this Guillotine 2099 mini boss. And I actually kind of mixed up nodes that she's on, because the last time I fought her, she was on the Standing Reflection node. But I also didn't want to heal up my Medusa, so I just figured out I'm going to bring in Nick Fury, because Nick Fury can bypass Miss perfectly as well, and the fight shouldn't be too tricky. Now, initially I wasn't like too kind of like clear how I want to play this, whether I want to just run with the real Nick Fury and kind of like be as safe as possible. But then at the same time, I was starting to get worried about the time, because we're going to see as the fight goes along, even though at this point I already have like 12 of these tactical charges, I definitely don't have to worry about missing. And it's very nice to have that extra safety net. At the same time, I just didn't like the speed I was dealing with this fight. So at some point in this fight, I'm just going to decide to let Guillotine 2099 have a proper workout session, punch the life model decoy down, and finish out the fight quicker like that. Because I 100% would have had enough time. But yeah, just again was rushing quite a bit whilst I was in work, and I had to get back to work, so I wanted to finish out this fight as quick as possible. It's probably not kind of like the best strategy, the best plan for this fight. But then again, it's like I was quite confident and sure that it's gonna work out quite fine. And yeah, so at this point, real Nick Fury is active and will make one small slip up here where you're gonna eat a combo. But that won't disturb me too much because she's actually gonna get me exact amount of tactical charges that's required to be unblockable, and that is about it. So at this point, I am fully unblockable. I cannot miss, and yeah, it's a very, very simple finish for the fight. And this is also our last fight of the war for me anyways. And that is pretty much it for this war. So we did win this war quite comfortably. It wasn't overly close, but still good work to everybody in OMNI for clearing the map and doing well. And good luck to the guys for the rest of the season. But yeah, that's it. See ya.